The room was still buzzing from the night before when Debbie Allen stepped onto the carpet at the 16th Governor Awards, radiating the glow of someone who had danced, celebrated, and lived a once-in-a-lifetime moment. She had just been honored with one of the most prestigious recognitions in Hollywood, an honorary Oscar, and yet somehow, the internet couldn't stop talking about something else. The unforgettable moment when she danced the night away with none other than Tom Cruise. The image of the legendary dancer and the global action star moving in sync had taken over every social feed, leaving fans stunned and delighted. And when Debbie was asked how her feet were holding up after such a whirlwind night, she couldn't help but let out a joyful laugh. Her reply was simple and full of the fiery energy that defines her spirit. Her feet were just fine, because the night had been electric. She described the celebration as a true rocking night, powered by the iconic DJ D-Nice, surrounded by her entire family and countless friends who wanted to share the moment with her. It wasn't just a party. It was a tribute, a reunion, and a moment of pure joy wrapped into one. What made the celebration even more meaningful to Debbie was the presence of Tom Cruise, who didn't just stop by briefly. He danced with her, celebrated her, and honored her in a way that showed deep respect and genuine admiration. Debbie explained that Tom's presence wasn't for show. In her words, he was authentic and genuine, fully invested in the moment and thrilled to be part of recognizing her legacy. She also mentioned Wynn Thomas, another honoree, and even noted that if Dolly Parton had been there, she would have joined as well. Because that's how this celebratory circle of legends operates, with love, with loyalty, and with unstoppable energy. For Debbie, Tom showing up and dancing so wholeheartedly wasn't just a sweet gesture, it was meaningful. It reflected the respect she has earned across generations and genres in the entertainment world. As she stood that evening beside her sister, the equally iconic Phylicia Rashad, the magnitude of the honor hit her in an emotional way. Having her sister by her side, celebrating not just a career but a shared family journey, meant more than she could easily put into words. The moment was special, she admitted, more special than she could ever fully express. The connection between the two sisters, both towering figures in the world of entertainment, made the celebration feel deeply personal. It wasn't just a professional achievement. It was a family triumph, a shared milestone, and a testament to the roots, history, and support system that helped shape her into the powerhouse she is today. Of course, talking to Debbie about the Oscars without diving into her history behind the scenes would be impossible. She has choreographed the show multiple times, helping create some of the most memorable performances in its long history. When she was asked about a behind-the-scenes memory that still makes her smile, she instantly recalled a touching and somewhat hilarious moment from the Peter Pan-themed segment she had choreographed. In that performance, a young girl was supposed to sing from a bed suspended high above the stage, a beautiful but intimidating staging choice. The child, understandably, got scared. Legendary producer Gil Cates went over and gently told her that it was okay if she didn't want to do it, reassuring her that they could find someone else. But the moment she heard that, something in her shifted. The child suddenly gathered every ounce of courage she had, climbed right back into that bed, and performed the scene like a true star. Debbie remembered it with such fondness, laughing as she shared the story. It was the kind of moment that captures the magic of performance, the resilience of young talent, and the encouragement that defines Debbie's leadership style. The Governor Awards are all about honoring legacy, and when Debbie was asked what she hopes her own legacy will be, her answer was deeply rooted in purpose. She didn't talk about fame, awards, or even her Hollywood milestones. Instead, she spoke passionately about her work with the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, the school that has become a beacon of hope, discipline, and opportunity for countless young dancers. She explained that several generations of young people are coming up behind her, ready to not just follow in her footsteps, but surpass her achievements. That, she said, is the dream. Her legacy, to her, is not simply what she leaves behind. It is the future she helps build. The Academy is not just a place for dance. It is a place where young talent finds direction, confidence, and a world of possibility. Debbie's dream is for those rising stars to go further than she ever has, to take what she has built and elevate it to a new level. That is the legacy she hopes to leave. But of course, Debbie Allen's legacy isn't frozen in time. She's still creating, still evolving, and still giving the world stories that matter. One of the most exciting moments of the interview came when she was asked about the newly announced reboot of the beloved series A Different World, a groundbreaking show she directed and shaped decades ago. The news that she was returning to the project has sent waves of excitement across fans of the original and new generations alike. Debbie expressed how thrilled she was to reintroduce this show to the world at a time when, she said, young America, and especially young Black America, needs its voice heard. She reminded everyone of the cultural impact the original series had, crediting it with tripling enrollment at historically Black colleges. That statistic alone speaks to the power of storytelling and representation, and Debbie emphasized that there is still so much to discuss, teach, and explore today. She hinted at a glorious new cast full of young actors audiences will fall in love with, but she also promised the return of the cherished original cast: Kadeem Hardison, Jasmine Guy, Cree Summer, Daryl Bell, Jada Pinkett, Kim Wayans, and others. And then, in playful sisterly fashion, she gestured toward Phylicia Rashad, joking that she wasn't sure she wanted her sister with her on this particular show. Referring to Phylicia's character Miss Kirkland from the Gilded Age, Debbie teased that she wasn't certain she wanted to stand next to such a formidable character, especially not as her sister. The moment was warm, genuine, and filled with the natural humor that flows between the two. Debbie clarified that if they were going to work together again, it wouldn't be through that show. But they are working on something major. When asked about the mysterious project she and Phylicia are developing with the acclaimed director and producer Lee Daniels, Debbie's smile gave away that something big is coming, but she didn't reveal a single detail. When pressed to share more, her answer was a simple, firm, playful no. The kind of no that only means one thing: it's big, it's real, and it's coming, but not just yet. Fans are now eagerly waiting to learn what this powerhouse team is creating, but Debbie made it clear that they'll have to be patient. As she prepared to head inside for the ceremony, the admiration and excitement surrounding her were undeniable. Debbie Allen has spent her life breaking barriers, shaping culture, and elevating Black excellence in the arts through her work in dance, television, film, and education. And on that night at the 16th Governor Awards, with her sister by her side, the industry celebrating her brilliance, and the memory of Dancing with Tom Cruise still lighting her up, she stood not just as a legend, but as a guiding force for generations to come. Her story, her legacy, and her continued passion remind the world why her name will forever stand among the giants of entertainment. And as she walked off with an honorary Oscar, she left everyone watching with one clear impression: Debbie Allen's journey is far from over. In fact, another chapter is already on the way.